going to be doing sad emotion. And I was going to do this all by myself, but speaking these scripts in a sad way, it's quite amusing to me. So I thought I'd share. And also, selfishly, I want people to chat with me and keep me company. And actually, this is the perfect emotion for today because I have not slept well. So, sad emotion. Here we go. And I'm just going to listen to the tone that they confirmed again.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is most severe. My parents tried everything you can.
Yeah, okay. The most direct thinning culprit, though, product overload. Like the skin on our face, the scalp is porous and can get overclogged with sebum and heavy products. Hair care products that contain heavy silicones, waxes, and chemical solvents clog the scalp and coat the hair, says Kristen. Choose products that are naturally water-soluble instead. Hi, Mommy. So, what's the real secret to a healthy scalp? Improving microcirculation and clearing buildup around the follicles. Give yourself a scalp massage with essential oils at least 3 times a week for 10 minutes, recommends Kristen. Brushing hair 2 to 3 times daily with a natural fiber bristle brush also helps exfoliate the scalp and increases blood flow.
Let's get it. Enforce hospital visits. Hatches are obviously not the solution.
Yeah, it's pretty broken up, this guy. Now that you've discovered what hair health really means, are you ready for a scalp makeover? DIY solutions are the easiest to adapt to, but sometimes it helps to arm your arsenal with the right products. Click through the slideshow above to learn about thinning hair solutions that might work for you. Note, if you don't have a juicer, this will work in the blender. The juice will come out a lot thicker, but the raw nutrients will still be there. Turnips are a known bacteria and smell killer. You can actually use raw turnip juice as a natural deodorant.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is
Now, I happen to hate cooked turnips, so I was extremely wary about putting them in my beautiful juice, but guess what? Raw turnips are nearly tasteless and slightly sweet, perfect for juicing. About 2 cups, more is fine, fresh pineapple. The script is just so inappropriate. I'm going to check I'm reading the right one. Hang on. Ooh, maybe I'm reading the wrong one. What was I reading? Yeah, no, it is right. Doofus. Fresh pineapple. The script is fresh pineapple. How many things have you read about improving your down there smell that involves pineapple? Because I've read exactly 600 articles too many. But here's the thing. We keep hearing about pineapple in this context because it actually works. Pineapple is incredibly sweet and citrusy, and it helps our bodies to knock out odor-causing bacteria. Drink and eat extra pineapple, and you might notice a subtle change in the way you or your partner smells. I gotta keep referring to
severe. My parents tried everything you can and force hospital.
If you haven't dreamed of becoming a mermaid at least once in your life, you're totally lying. As a child, everything from their long, flowing hair to their sparkly, scaled tail made me want to go full-on fish. Today, I still strive to channel my inner Ariel, and I can't be the only one out there. Who says we can't be part of the underwater world? This Halloween transforms into a mystical sea creature with these quick and easy makeup looks, perfect for day or night. Inspired by crystalline waters, this daytime look features an icy blue smoky eye, complete with iridescent shadow in the color sea siren and glittery liner in the shade. I'm half mermaid. How fitting. Using a dense flat brush, apply the shade Orion from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit onto your entire lid. Add the shade Unicorn Tears to the center of the eyelid, inner eye corner, tear duct, and along the bridge of your nose. Man, this is so much slower. Then, one day, I decided I wanted thicker brows. Maybe it was the fact that I was seeing more and more celebrities like Devine? Devigny? Delevigny? Cara Lasagna? Alright, I'm just gonna listen back, make sure everything's operating like it should. I'm half mermaid. I was seeing more and more celebrities like, maybe it was the fact that I was
posed with her. So did Tony Danza, Cara Delevingne, even
Maybe it was the fact that I was seeing more and more celebrities like Cara Delevingne, Lily Collins, and Camilla Bell sporting them gorgeously. So, a few months ago, I decided to grow these babies out. I really didn't think it was going to be that hard, but it was. It's funny when you think about it. Eyebrows are basically just 2 lines of fur hanging out on our foreheads. Foreheads? Eyebrows are basically just 2 lines of fur hanging out on our foreheads. Foreheads, right? It's like forest and forehead. I better check that.
Forehead.
Ooh, it's way off. Forehead. Yeah, no, that makes way more sense. Wow. Eyebrows are basically just 2 lines of fur hanging out on our foreheads. What's the big deal, right? But they can really help define your face. Any sort of brow change, subtle or not, can bring out your eyes, make you look younger or older, or even make you look like you're perpetually pissed off. If you feel like you've overwaxed or overwhelmed to the point of no return, fear not. We're here with advice from our resident maestro of brown, Anastasia. Anastasia, to help guide you through the very scary terrain of growing out your brows.
Visits. Hatches are obviously not the solution. Every day.
Answering this question is very effective. Will you think about how you should have exercised throughout the rest of the day? Will you judge everything you eat? Will it be harder to go to the gym tomorrow? I bet once you've answered honestly, you'll realize it's just better and easier to get your workout done. You'll realize it's just better and easier to get your workout done with so you can forget about it. As hard as working out can be, I always love how I feel when I'm done. In fact, I've never left the gym wishing I hadn't gone. Pardon me. Kit Rich is a Los Angeles-based fitness trainer with endless exercise and nutritional know-how. Hollywood's hottest stars are addicted to Kit's unique, multidisciplined approach that combines cardio, yoga, Pilates, and weight training. Kit's clients are immediately taken by her funny and honest approach to health and fitness.
All the time. People only care when it is most severe. My parents tried everything you can.
It was nice recording last week, though. Hardly any buses. Now there's lots of buses going by. Kit's clients are immediately taken by her funny and honest approach to health and fitness. She treats her clients as she treats herself, with a hard challenge, sensibility, sensitivity, and a good laugh. Follow Kit on Twitter. This is so weird. Where am I putting these? Pardon me. All right. Education. All right. Hardened scientists will tell you astrology doesn't work. Believers will tell you it does. Who is right? They are both right. It depends on what you mean by the word work. Astrology is the belief that the alignment of stars and planets affects every individual's mood, personality, and environment, depending on when he was born. Astrologers print horoscopes in newspapers that are personalized by birth date. These horoscopes make predictions in people's personal lives, describe their personalities, and give them advice, all according to the position of astronomical bodies. A survey conducted by the National Science Foundation found that 41% of respondents believe that astrology is very scientific or sort of scientific. Let us break the original question into two separate, more specific questions. Oh, thank you. Multi. Yes, awesome. Thanks, Will. Yeah, okay, multi. That was pretty early on, I think. Yeah, I should be able to catch that. Thanks, man. One. By the way, I'm doing sad emotions, which is why I'm reading it so strangely. I'm just going to listen to the guide track, the confirmed tune.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is most severe.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty moany. 1. Does the position of astronomical bodies affect a person's life? 2. Can horoscopes make people feel better? These questions are both very different. Both can be determined scientifically. Scientifically speaking, the human eyes are very bad detectors for measuring the true nature of a certain mixed color. A typical mixed color has many different spectral color components, and not just red, green, and blue. We want to therefore use machines and measure all the spectral colors present in a mixed color in order to accurately describe it. Each spectral color can be present in large or small amounts. In order to completely describe a mixed color scientifically, we have to tell the power and wavelength of each spectral component. The resulting plot of a certain mixed color is called its spectral power distribution, or just its spectrum for short. If you ask a random intelligent human, what is the color of the sun? You will get the inexact answer, white. But if you ask a solar scientist or a spectrometer machine this same question, the answer will be the solar spectrum. My favorite subject is mathematics. Although many students do not like mathematics because they consider it to be difficult and complicated, I love mathematics more than other subjects. Better check this bloody aim out. Although many students do not like mathematics because they consider it to be difficult and complicated, I love mathematics more than other subjects. It has been my favorite for as long as I can remember. Mathematics requires understanding. You need to understand the concept, and there is no need for memorization. Many people that do not like mathematics hate it because they do not understand it. Mathematics is a logical vassal. Vassal? Vassal.
Vassal.
Mathematics is a logical vassal that requires practice. Mathematics is fun. I enjoy how a seemingly complex or complicated problem can be easily solved with a few concepts. My preferred subjects in school were English and literature. My preferred subjects in school were English and literature. English is a subject that helped bring out my strengths as a writer, which is my chosen profession. The other important part of English is articulating yourself through the written word fluently and coherently. That is what makes it the most enjoyable subject in school.
My parents tried everything you can, enforce hospital visits.
If you have ever gone to college, you have to take tests in every subject. You even have to take tests in subjects that You even have to take tests in subjects that you may think it is impossible to be assessed. For instance, you may wonder how do you assess artwork or a musical performance? However, all subjects can be assessed, like physical education classes or other subjects. However, there are certain ways you can be assessed, including objective and performance assessments. Objective assessments would be similar to multiple choice tests where there is only one answer to the question. It is either right or wrong. A subjective test would be a performance assessment. There is not just one answer. If you are a music major, you would most likely be doing performance assessments. If you selected performance assessment, you are correct. Pardon me. You would most likely administer an authentic assessment, such as a performance assessment, having the student perform using the musical instrument. Conversion is something we sometimes unconsciously do. When you are on your way to school, you measure distance with the number of songs you can play from your house to school. And so, when you know that it takes you 30 minutes to reach school, you add 10 songs in your playlist, assuming a song lasts for 3 minutes on average. Unconsciously also, it is possible that you were able to perform stoichiometry before taking the school bus. It is possible that you were able to perform stoichiometry. It is possible that you were able to perform stoichiometry before taking the school bus. You decided to prepare yourself lunch by making grilled cheese. Grilled cheese. You wanted to bring it with you. You wanted to bring with you 2 of these. When you opened the fridge, you found 2 slices of cheese. However, when you went to the pantry, you only found 3 slices of bread. Instantly you knew how many pieces of grilled cheese you can prepare. That is, you can only make 1, the theoretical yield. And then decided to bring extra money so you can buy some food in the cafeteria just in case you get hungry. Oh, it's dramatic. What is the purpose? Ethnopsychopharmacology. What is the purpose of ethnopsychopharmacology? Provide at least 2 psychotropics that require special considerations, such as dose adjustment when prescribed for a certain racial or ethnic group. Describe rationales for why such considerations are needed. Ethnopsychopharmacology refers to the study of how ethnicity has involvement with the effects of pharmaceutical drugs on people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The purpose of ethnopsychopharmacology is to ensure that medications or other drugs are safe, even for people of different genetics. It says that I gotta follow the script even if it's wrong, because we're training a neural network. It's got to match the script. Alcohol is a psychotropic substance that has vastly different effects on people in different ethnicities. Alcohol is a psychotropic substance that has vastly different effects on people of different ethnicities. For example, Native Americans become dependent while some Asians have increased susceptibility to its intoxicating effects. Also, many antidepressant and antipsychotic drugs, such as the tricyclics, have different rates of processing in Asians. Such considerations are needed because ethnicities have evolved to have different enzymes, which results in different effects of drugs. This would result in overdoses or other Get your bloody muffler fixed, mate. This would result in overdoses or other problems without such considerations.
Hatches
Check
are
in with
obviously
Sad Guy.
the solution. Only I know the answers to my problems, but is most severe. Hatches are obviously...
All right, he doesn't get too excited. Let's keep it low energy. An evaluation means that you are going to analyze something. You need to decide what the value of an item is, and you will decide if what you are evaluating is good or bad. You can do this when you're looking into the performance of a student in a classroom. Did the student do well or not? Your decision will serve as your evaluation. Analyzation. Or is it analyzation? Will? I don't think he's there anymore. Analyzation. Be a good title. Analyzation means that... I said analyzation. Analyzation means that you're doing more in-depth research about a certain detail of the product. For example, you would be analyzing the ability of the student to become creative. This is already called an analysis because you're looking into something that is more specific. People would need to analyze and evaluate every day, but it seems that some people think that they are the same. Their analyzing means that you are thinking about the item. Their analyzing means that you are thinking about the item. You may even be dissecting the item or the situation in your mind so that you can plan it further and understand how the situation works for you. No, we don't need to do that. Food. I got a little crazy with soup toppings, but you don't have to. This one is good, simple, and straight, too. Here, cauliflower soup is topped with toasted pine nuts, fried shallots. You don't say shallots, do you? Shallots.
Shallots.
So weird. Fried shallots and hemp seeds, and more of the yellow curry paste whisked with a bit of shallot oil. You could also season this with a favorite Indian spice blend, or you could also season this with a favorite Indian spice blend for another take. Or a simple showering of fresh herbs. Play around. A number of you have left comments with tweaks you've made to the recipe, and I love this. For example, Anna said, I had a head of cauliflower to use. I didn't have white or yellow potatoes, so I used a sweet potato and left the skins on. Used a couple tablespoons of spicy vindaloo curry powder. The soup turned out so good, and it's a beautiful color from the sweet potato. Nisa noted, to make it a little heartier, we added moong dal hulled yellow mung beans. Now comes the fun part. Don ye now your latex apparel. Give it a nice snap while you elicit a cackle, while your significant other looks at you strangely while quietly inching away. Smear some melted chocolate on a gloved hand. Gently rub each chilled truffle in the smear of chocolate to coat it lightly with chocolate. This is the secret of the truffle, the delicate coating, and when you try the finished product, you'll understand. Plunk the coated truffle in the cocoa. Use a fork, toss it around in the cocoa until it is covered. Then dig it out. It will look like a truffle, freshly dug from the earth. Get it? Shake truffles in a sieve to eliminate excess cacao. Whoops, no picture of this. I am forced to retaliate on my photographer, who is paid in truffles and also by being spared latex gloves. Or so he thinks. Let's make paella. You can absolutely do it, and for this veg-centric, California-inspired take on the Spanish classic, you don't need a special pan. Many paellas feature various meats and seafoods, but vegetarian paella can be a revelation. This version is fully loaded with a rainbow of seasonal vegetables. With a rainbow of seasonal vegetables cooked into a saffron and paprika-scented rice-based dream. Once you have the technique down, the adaptations can be endless.
Not the solution. Only I know the answers to my problems, but no one wants to listen.
No one wants to listen. Paella is a great way to use up random seasonal vegetables. Paella is a great way to use up random seasonable. Oh, I keep saying seasonable. Why? Paella is a great way to use up random seasonal vegetables in your crisper, and leftovers are a plus. Leftovers are A+. And I'm going to tell you how it can be weeknight friendly. Really. If you have a traditional paella pan, great. Use it. That said, don't let the lack of a special pan foil your paella. Gas. Pardon me. That said, don't let the lack of a special pan foil your paella endeavors. I've successfully cooked paella in copper pans as well as stainless steel and cast iron. Use what you have. The wider the better. I'm including instructions for 2 different sized pans in the recipe. Please reference the head notes. When I was younger, an amaretto sour was the first cocktail I learned to make at home. It's one of those, oh, this doesn't taste like alcohol at all, perfect drinks. It was love at first sip. First, combine the water and sugar in a small pot and simmer until the sugar completely dissolves. Turn down the heat and add the lemon and lime juice. Remove from heat and let the mixture cool before straining it a final time into an airtight glass container. Keeps for a minimum of 2 weeks in the refrigerator. You do not have to refrigerate more syrups, but I like it when there is a high content of fresh ingredients. So it lasts a little bit longer. After your mixture is completely cool, you can funnel it into another container and add a pour spout to the soup. Add a pour spout to the top. As always, bonus points for a cute homemade label. Amaretto sour for nostalgia's sake. It's the easiest recipe ever.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is most severe.
Recently, I was telling Emma about my bar snack turned homemade snack obsession. Rosemary almonds. Rosemary almonds. She suggested I share the recipe on the blog, but I was scared to because it's a simple recipe and I didn't want to make I didn't want you guys to make fun of me. So please don't, okay? Thanks. With that said, this is my favorite snack recipe at the moment, so I'm excited to share it with you. If you like rosemary as much as I do, I know you'll love it. I ordered these 4 times from a local bar, and I kept bugging Jeremy to go there for more until he was like, "Make them at home." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds easy. Why didn't I think of that?" Almonds are, well, super boring, but these few ingredients are a complete game changer. It's like a makeover show where you're pretty sure they made the person look way worse in the before segment just so the reveal could be super dramatic. Just so the reveal could be super dramatic. Yep, that's these almonds. From ew to woo in 15 minutes. Saying woo in a sad tone, wow. It's been far too long since I made Portobello Burgers. If you are ever in the mood for a slightly lighter burger option or happen to be a vegetarian or pescatarian, then you must give this a try. It's delicious, super filling, and involves wine. Fancy. Start by scrubbing any dirt or grime off the mushroom caps and removing the stems. Place them in a shallow bowl, gill side up, and then pour in some red wine, just enough to fill the caps and let it overflow just a little. You can also drizzle in some balsamic vinegar. Or Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. You can also drizzle in some balsamic vinegar or Worcestershire sauce, leaving the Worcestershire sauce out if you truly are looking to make a vegetarian meal. Let this set while you prepare everything else. In a pan, saute a few bell peppers and onion slices in olive oil and butter. Once softened, remove and cook the drained mushroom caps. You want to cook them so they are soft throughout but not mushy. Flip them halfway through cooking. Get notified when I post a new recipe. Many of you like to be updated via email. When I update 101 cookbooks, no problem. I'm also happy to ping you via Twitter or Facebook, or all 3 if you fancy. There is a new little Stay Connected list in the upper left-hand column on every page of the site. You can choose from that list. Keep uploading your photos to Flickr. I've set up a 101 cookbooks group on Flickr. Please feel free to join the group. I've noticed that a lot of people cook recipes from this site and then tag those photos on Flickr, then forget to submit the photos to our group. I feel kind of dorky going around asking people to submit to the group. Maybe there was a reason you didn't want to share your photo, but you're all invited. Don't be shy. Few things make happier than seeing your 101 cooking adventures show up on Flickr. Games, I'll make death a game. But it also made us wonder, if Shelob can just get sexy out of nowhere, then what about the other creatures of Middle-earth? Why should they be left unsexy? So here we present a list of equally unnecessary but also oddly sexy adaptations to be made to Tolkien's bestiary. According to Aragorn, the Nazgul or Ringwraiths were once men, great kings of men. Cool story, Strider, but not a sexy one. Why can't the Nazgul be once women, and also still women? Sexy women. Instead of being corrupted by the 9 rings given to them by Sauron, what if instead they just kept it tight and got nice tans? Rather than riding winged fell beasts, they could drive around in hot sports cars, pulling up outside movie premieres and stepping out in high heels to the clatter of flashbulbs. And when they stab Frodo at Weathertop, they could all be wearing nice tops instead of those torn and tattered cloaks.
Horny. Whoever write this is horny man. Horny boy.
So we channeled that frustration and moved full speed ahead with Kate Must Die, aiming to make an arguably unfairly difficult game nobody could beat. The real amusing part is that this challenge in and of itself could be the very thing that saves this company and allows our studio to move forward. I've been told that it feels more like old school gaming from so many random people who keep trying for hours at a time to beat even the easiest level. I'm gonna look at this game, even the most easiest level. Let's have a look at the trailer. The psionic punk. What is happening here? It freeze? Oh, it doesn't like being controlled. Okay, it seems to be busted. Alright, it's FPS. Doesn't look that interesting. Alright. In recent years, we've seen a lot of games that advertise extreme difficulty doing well for themselves. It's making Kate Must Die more punishing. Is making Kate Must Die more punishing not actually quite a crowd-pleasing move? I had started making Kate Must Die before seeing the likes of Cuphead come out, but am thrilled with seeing that it is a viable genre. In terms of design, Kate Must Die is more inspired by player reactions to Dark Souls, Alien Isolation, and games such as that. If players consider Kate Must Die in their personal list of games they love to hate the most, we'll be very pleased. Hey, Benny boy. I've decided I don't like hard games. Just don't have time to get good at them. I feel like something like Breath of the Wild, that was really hard at first, but so rewarding. Whereas things like, I don't know, Dark Souls, it just doesn't get easier. It just makes me angry. We're doing sad emotions, Ben. Find all previous editions of the PC, G, Q, and A. Exactly. Huge time investment. Find all previous editions of the PC. Keep losing my guy.
Every day,
Sad confirmed.
all the time. People only care when it is most severe. My parents tried everything you can. Enforce hospital visits. Patches are obviously not the solution. Only I know the answers to my problems, but no one wants to listen.
find all previous editions of the PCG Q&A here. Some highlights. How do you hold a controller? What's the first game you remember finishing? What's your favorite podcast game? You kill things, you take their stuff. That's the law of games. It's barely worth saving a village from goblins if you don't dig through the lint in their pockets and find 4 gold coins. Our weekend question is, what loot would you drop? On the day you finally ragdoll, what loot would you drop? On the day you finally ragdoll, what will a party of adventurers find in your pockets? $5 and some tissues? The crafting materials to make a razor death adder? Wet wipes and a +1 longsword? Just snacks? So many snacks? It doesn't have to literally be whatever's in your pockets right now if you want to get creative. Here are our answers, plus a few from our forum. Yeah, I'd love to know the percentage of Dark Souls rage quitters to completers. Can probably see that on How Long to Beat. That's got a good... You could probably see it on Steam too. I don't know if they release those stats on Steam. Alright, so okay. So there's Dark Souls. So you've got... Where's the abandoned rate? I thought that was here. I thought you could see when people... Am I missing it? Retirement. A low retirement, that seems very bizarre to me. I guess once you sink so much time and get good at it, you want to finish it. I did not feel that way. Only 4.43% retirement. I'm currently playing Disco Elysium, and I thought I was close to finishing. Yeah. Actually, this site would not be accurate, because you have to upload your own stats, I think. I don't think this is pulled from the consoles. So this is only people who have submitted their retirements, I think. Anyway. Alright. Shallots. Chalamet. Let's do Titan Souls next. Titan Souls is an isometric action game filled with bosses that play out as puzzles, which must be solved using only a bow and a single arrow. That sounds interesting. Oh, talk descriptive to me. Let's do Hyper Light Drifter, an isometric action RPG that, despite challenging combat and inventive bosses, is centrally about exploring a gorgeous pixel art world. Hell, let's take it one step further. How would we describe Dark Souls to someone who knows nothing about the series? We can't very well call it a Souls-like now, can we? How about this? Dark Souls is an incredibly challenging open-world action RPG with carefully paced melee combat, smartly interwoven environments, and hands-off storytelling, which belies incredibly deep world building. Even with that much explaining, it feels lacking somehow. Where's the asynchronous multiplayer? The gothic themes, the eclectic characters, the crushing existential dread, and the contrasting moments of triumph. A paragraph still can't do the work, but Souls-like doesn't even try. That was the problem I had. The biggest problem is you beat all these motherfuckers in combat, And then they all respawn and you gotta do it. It's just such a time waste. Like, obviously, putting in checkpoints, more checkpoints, and allowing you to save kind of defeats the purpose, but that's what would make it attractive to me, because I'm time poor. Okay. I guess it's like reading a long book, you know? If you ain't got the time, you ain't got the time. Ninja Gaiden, huh? Oh man, yeah. Because you only get like 3 lives in that, right? You talking about like on the Genesis, the Mega Drive? Okay. Samuel, Tom, and Phil take a break from compiling the PC Gamer Top 100 to talk about their personal selections for the PC Gamer Top 100. Our 100% accurate annual list of the best PC games is almost here again, and in this episode we reveal a sample of the games we voted for. Will your favorite games grace the finished list? Will Dragon Age 2 be in 94th position for the 2nd year running? Can anything unseat last year's victor, The Witcher 3? Those questions will be answered on July 27th, when the Top 100 is published in issue 308 of PC Gamer UK magazine. Download episode 48. Gotta play it again.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is most severe.
Download episode 48. We have a history of very good decisions. You can also subscribe on YouTube. You can also subscribe on iTunes or keep up with new releases using our RSS feed. The PC Gamer UK podcast is a weekly podcast about PC gaming. Thoughts, feedback, requests? Tweet us at PCGamerPod or email letters@pcgamer.com. What did Ninja Gaiden come out on? Has there been a recent release of Ninja Gaiden? Ninja Gay Men. Alright, I'm gonna look at what this looks. Master Collection, February 21. Wow. Ha ha ha. That's awesome. Yeah, I've never seen this version of the game. I thought Ninja Gaiden was a side-scroller. Didn't it used to be a side-scroller? Yeah, like this. This is the one I remember. Yeah, I used to play this on Game Gear. It's pretty awesome. And like Shinobi. Yeah. Oh, I gotta remember to stop recording. Alright. Such a bitch to edit. Alright. So we went back and asked, what are the actual principles that people want to know? And what are the simplest ways we can represent those concepts? So we picked interpretations that allowed us to design interesting traps and puzzles in our worlds. PC Gamer, what's next for the mod? Are there other aspects of quantum mechanics that you think could be easily replicated in Minecraft? Ratcliffe, I think I'd like to make what we've built a bit more integrated, so you can use it with other mods. At the moment, there's no way to automate anything in there. It would be nice if we made it a bit more mechanical, so that people could build really complicated contraptions with it. PC Gamer, how about mashing it together with your other mod? Might we see quantum computer craft? Ratcliffe, that ties into the automated thing. If I could make That ties into the automated thing. If I could make both of those mods talk to Redstone, the stuff in Minecraft, I think that would multiply the possibilities of what people can do. For years now, I've heard about the Neurophone from folks who've backed it on Kickstarter. As it turns out, people who like Neurophone headphones really like Neurophone headphones. Speaking of headphones, pretty excited. After lunch, I'm going to start with an unboxing. These are some of the best monitors you can get from Japan. Okay. The Neurophones have already gone through a handful of significant updates since their successful Kickstarter launch. The Neurophones have already gone through a handful of significant updates since their successful Kickstarter launch. Since their successful Kickstarter launch 3 years ago. Most notably, the introduction of active noise cancellation, ANC, software update, and a gaming microphone attachment, $50, in an attempt to rival even the most premium gaming headsets. You'll notice something a little different about the Neurophones from the images below, and I'm sure you're already asking, what's the point of those things on the side? What's the point of those things on the inside? Aside from giving you 2 layers to block outside noise, the twin design also offers parallel drivers on each ear. The uvula, you don't say uvula, do you? Uvula. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh god, that's so helpful how they do that. Sounds like so good. Fucking Google, man. Unbelievable how freaking helpful that is. The uvula-like in-ears offer the upper frequency goods and leave the low tones and deep bass to the better suited over-the-ear portion. It's like having a pair of speakers for both left and right channels. I tried them. They are not that great. Not that great at all. How many more? Because I gotta stop for... Alright, I've already done 5, so... Let me just check that. Oh, I haven't done technology. Alright, this is the last one, then I'll stop for lunch. Let me just color code this for my future sanity. Don't be shy. Few things make happier than seeing your 101 cooking adventures. I just listened to my guy again.
Tried everything you can. Enforce hospital visits. Hatches are obviously not the solution.
There it is.
I know the answers to my problems.
Stomach.
But no one wants to listen.
Technology. In other commercial overanalyzation news, Apple appears to have removed the blurb at the bottom of its iPhone ads, where it says, "Use requires minimum new 2-year activation plan." Why am I unhappy? Did I just record the wrong one? Why was I unhappy? Oh, I opened the wrong one. That's fine. So it's life, not technology. Fuck, I'm glad I checked that. Because I'm happy. Consider timing. Morgan suggests scanning the company calendar and your project schedules before planning your vacation. You don't want to be thinking about that monstrous deadline next week while you're supposed to be enjoying a sunset on the beach. Don't feel guilty about asking for time off. Remember, it's in your employer's best interest to let you recuperate. An employee who works is stressed and zombie-esque. One who vacations now and then is rejuvenated and more focused. Which would you rather work with? Plus, you can't feel guilty about taking a vacation that's already in the company policy, Robinson says. It's up to the organization to come up with ways to make sure everything keeps rolling when you're not there. Besides, should you really need to be convinced to take a break? As Race points out, even if you love your job, inevitably, there are still aspects that are mundane, boring, and frustrating.
We need a freaking vacation, let me tell you. Whole world does.
Keep your promises. If you offered to help, do what you said you'd do. Parents appreciate reliability, and they'll trust you when it comes to the important things. If you aren't sure whether you can do something, don't promise to do it. Instead say, I think I can, or I'll try. If for any reason you can't keep a promise, say so right away. Explain what's going on, apologize, and talk with the person about what to do next. Get help when you need it. Nobody does everything on their own all the time. Everyone needs help sometimes. If you try doing something on your own and it's not working, ask for help. Problems aren't always about tasks. Sometimes they're about feelings. If you're feeling really upset about something, it's good to talk to someone about it and ask for help. You don't have to leap up in the air for the hop. It's just a little bounce on your left foot. Step down with your right and kick out with your left. As you bring your right foot down, hop a little on it. Hop a little on it. As you do, kick your left foot out in front of your right foot, just like you did when you kicked the other way. Repeat the movement going to the left. Once you've got this step down, it's just a matter of repeating it through the whole song. As you do, the circle of dancers will slowly move to the left because you keep stepping out with your left foot as part of the movement. Keep the movement at the level you're comfortable with. If you don't want to hop or kick very high, that's fine. Also, don't worry about making a mistake. You're definitely not that only one.
Later, Benny.
You may want to offer a small treat to help them feel safe and to enjoy something. This can include toffee or some small candy that your loved one enjoys. You can even incorporate their sense of smell, such as by placing some essential oils in an oil infuser. Try using a calming scent. Try using a calming scent like lavender or Try using a calming scent like lavender or rose oil. Colors and lighting can also be calming as well. Try using soft colors and dim lighting to create a calm atmosphere in the person's room. Distract them with a family activity. Distract them with a familiar activity. Guide them to something they can do unassisted or that they feel independent doing, such as coloring or playing with the dog. Pardon me. The activity should be familiar and recognized by your relative. Not a new or complicated activity. Say, we're going on a walk now. Would you like to join? You can also say, let's put the dishes away. Fake flowers are another great way to jazz up your living space. They never go bad.
Every day, all the time, people only care when it is most severe.
You can also jazz up your home with live flowers too. Jade plants, philodendrons, and succulents are great, low-maintenance options to consider. Let some natural light in. Pull back the curtains and let some warm light into your home. Sunlight can really help your home feel more warm and open. If your living space tends to be dark, hang up a few mirrors in some corners of your home that don't get as much light. If you live really close to your neighbors, sheer curtains can offer some privacy while still letting some light in. Pull your furniture away from the wall. Rearrange your furniture slightly to change up your room. Ask a friend or family member to help you move any sofas, armchairs, or other furniture away from the wall. This can give you a little more wiggle room and make your space feel bigger than it actually is. Bring your furniture into the center of the room to make it feel bigger? Really? Oh, I don't know. Okay. It's not enough to just put your brushes bristle side down in a jar of water. That can actually do a lot of damage to the handle. Plan on washing, rinsing, and laying the brushes out to Plan on washing, rinsing, and laying the brushes out to dry every time you clean them. Wash water-based paint off your brushes with dish... What's going on? Wash water-based paint off your brushes with dish soap. Wash water-based paint off your brushes with dish soap and water. Paints like watercolors and acrylics don't need anything stronger than everyday dish soap. Though if you prefer, there are special soaps you can buy from art supply stores that are made specifically for paintbrushes and these types of paints. The benefits of buying a special soap rather than using dish soap is that some contain a conditioning agent. This can help restore bristles on natural hairbrushes and keep them in top condition for longer. If you're using latex paint, avoid using horsehair or any kind of natural hairbrush. The latex paint absorbs into the bristles, making them swell and ruins the fibers over time. Don't get too crazy with your twirls. You don't want to take another couple out. Dance together with a simple step-touch step. To do it, simply step out with your right foot on the beat. Bring your left foot over and tap it next to your right foot on the upbeat. The light beats between the louder beats. Then go in the opposite direction. Step out with your left foot and tap with the right foot next to your left. You can do this basic move by yourself on a fast song or with a partner on a fast or slow song. When dancing with a partner, get into the traditional dance hold. Both of you can step touch at the same time, but you'll be stepping out with the opposite foot. So if you're the leader, you'll step out with your right foot first while your partner steps out with their left. Gimbal agrees that it's important to have realistic expectations at this stage. It's a good thing to lose any sort of ego before hitting the job hunt, he says. It's not about the money or title. It's about getting practical work experience again. Be willing to take a pay cut or accept a position of lower rank. Accept a position of a lower rank than you previously held. How can stay-at-home parents take a more practical approach to their job search? It's easy to get discouraged during a transition, but the shift away from stay-at-home to working parent can be particularly tough. It's likely that a lot has changed in your life since you last worked, says Sarah Sutton Fell, CEO and founder of FlexJobs.com. Not just having children, but how your priorities have shifted and what effect that has on your professional aspirations and what having a job means to you.
All right. That's the first half done for the day. And I guess gonna have some lunchy, and then I think I'll unbox these bad boys. They're the best earphone monitors on the market. I got them for a specific reason, which I can't tell you just yet, but yeah, they weren't cheap, but it's an investment for anywhere where I'm gonna go where I won't have these studio monitors. If I can be, basically just really flat response so I can edit music and voice without the need for studio monitors if I don't have access to them. Me speak words good. Bye.